This is the pre-lab for Ohm's law. Let's walk through it real quick. This is the series circuit. We have the power supply. We see the positive and negative outputs. I made all the wires red so that you could see them against the black table. Here's the ammeter, which will measure current. As you can see, there are 3 different inputs. We are on the 50 milliamp input, which means the numbers 0 through 5 on the scale are 0 through 50 milliamps, which, what those numbers mean is determined by which of these 3 inputs you use. And underneath there you see the output. The current comes out of there. Follow the wires around. We now have 2 resistors in series, and then back to the power supply. Hanging out on the side there is the multimeter, which we'll be using to measure voltage. So let's power this thing up. Right? This knob is a current limiter. Keeps you from putting too much current through the system. And now we're going to increase the voltage, the potential difference. As I do that, the current will go up. For this particular lab, we're supposed to do 50 milliamps, which would be full range. I'm just going to get near there so I can show you. And now we're ready to go. Now we're supposed to measure the voltages across, well, pretty much everything in the system. Let me show you how to do that with the resistors. Got to be careful here because this is live. Got to watch where my hands go. So let's come in with this multimeter in parallel. Put it on the 20-volt range. And we're getting 5.02 volts. Now, let's go for bonus points and get the other resistor. So here I'm getting about 9.9 volts, about 10 volts. Give or take about twice what it was on the 100 ohm resistor. Again, that's the 100 ohm-ish resistor, and that's the 200 ohm. So with the same current, we should be getting about twice the voltage as we are. By the way, on the voltmeter, you should always measure with the lowest scale possible. If I click down to the 2 volt scale, you can see it says OL, which I'll pretend means overload. It means over range. So we click up to the 20 and we get our reading. There is a voltage displayed for the entire system on the meter itself, but we would go back and measure that more accurately with the multimeter. And that's an introduction to the lab on Ohm's law.